So hello from Peru. This is Michaela from the Irish Daily Star, and Michaela is filming this piece which we're going to put up on our website to show you a bit of what's happening in Lima, where Michaela has been held in custody for the last 10 days, ever since she was arrested with a Scottish girl called Reid, and they were both detained at Lima airport, leaving the country on their way to get a flight to Madrid. And it's alleged that they were caught in possession of 11 kilos of high-grade Peruvian cocaine. Now, in Ireland, cocaine costs about 75 to 80,000 euro a kilo, but it's actually bought here by the cartels who send the drugs in. It's bought for around $1,500. So you can see the massive profit there is for these drugs gangs. But as I say, Melissa and Michaela are inside. They've been in this police station since the 6th of August when they were arrested. It's always very strange feeling when you're sitting outside someone like this or standing outside someone like this and your life is going on as normal, but inside there are two women whose lives really have been turned upside down. But if you believe them, and I've spoken to people who do believe them, they are just as much victims in this as any other victim of crime. They claim that they were held at gunpoint, held captive for 5 days, transported from Spain to South America, where they were held at gunpoint for several days and ordered, at the risk of their own murder and their family's murder, to import cocaine for a drug sale. Now, we know that they picked up the cocaine near their hotel in central Lima, which is just about 5 miles that way. It's called the Hotel San Agustin. It's a 3-star hotel. It's quite nice, and we know that they were staying in that hotel and were ordered by their captors, if you believe their story, to go to a nearby pizza parlor, and there they were handed two suitcases with cocaine kilograms, 5.5 kilos in each suitcase of cocaine hidden in the panels of the suitcase. From there, they spent the night at the hotel, and then they went to Lima airport the next day, which was the 6th of August. And if this was the first time they're ever involved in any criminality, and I think that's clear from the fact that they were extremely nervous as they were going through security. We spoke to a senior police officer in there the other day, and he said that they betrayed themselves in a way because both of them were very, very shifty and very nervous. So they didn't need any drugs dogs or any special machinery to find these drugs. They effectively gave themselves up because they were so nervous. Now they're both inside. They are due to meet with their legal team tomorrow ahead of a formal appearance in front of the judge and the senior police officers, where they will be formally questioned. Up to now, they have been given informal statements to the police, but tomorrow, if it goes ahead tomorrow, it will be written down, it will all be recorded, and will be used in court against them. So it's quite an important day for them tomorrow. It gives them a chance to get their side of the story. I was quite interested over here to see the attitude of the Peruvian police to this. There was obviously an awful lot of media interest in the case of Michaela for Irish journalists and for Melissa for journalists from Britain. But it's a big story for us. But I think for the Peruvians, it's just the police officer said to us, it really is just almost a daily routine. He said they currently have 30 people in custody for smuggling drugs or trying to smuggle drugs out of Peru, and 17 of those are from outside Peru. You can see there were Polish people there were German people there were people from Lithuania. Michaela is the only Irish person in custody at the minute, but this senior officer, Tito Aresque, who's the senior officer in charge of all anti-drug operations for the whole of Peru, he said that they have had several Irish people arrested and prosecuted before, and we were speaking to another source yesterday who said he can think of roughly 5 or 6 in the last 10 years, and several of those people have been jailed. Just in relation to the penalty that Michaela and Melissa are facing, it could be anything up to 25 years depending on the charges put to them. If they're done for conspiracy, for example, that carries a heavier charge than possession or trafficking. It's most likely that they will be given, if they've already admitted or taken responsibility for carrying the drugs, but they insist that they're a victim of crime. So if they plead guilty, we were told that they would get a sentence of about 6 years, but unlike Ireland where there is 25% remission, so if you do 4 years, if you get a 4-year sentence, you do 3 years. before being released. In Peru, it's quite a higher rate of remission. It's well over 70%. So essentially, if Melissa and Michaela are given 6-year sentences, as is quite likely, they'll be released after 2. And that sentence is backdated to the day of the arrest. So really, if they do plead guilty and if they do confess, they will serve 2 years and will be released on the 6th of August 2015. Just 2 years from the day of the arrest. Those 2 years will go very, very slowly. We were speaking to one former convict who was doing time in a Peruvian prison for drug trafficking, and he really said prisons are hell. In Spain, he said, for example, that in Peru, he was saying, for example, that in Peruvian prisons there are no beds. You don't get a cell. You sleep on a mattress in the corridor. You can actually buy a cell that costs $1,500. You have to give that to the authorities at the start of your prison sentence, so you're given preferential treatment then. So there's no doubt about this, and they've admitted this. They're in for a very, very rough few years. So we'll see what happens next.